Our next construction is a perpendicular bisector. You should already be familiar with the definition of perpendicular. Two lines are perpendicular if they intersect at right angles. In this lesson, we are going to introduce perpendicular bisector. A line, segment, or ray is the perpendicular bisector of a segment if it is perpendicular to the segment at its midpoint. To create a perpendicular bisector is actually quite simple. What we're going to do is we're going to create two arcs on the segment. So from one endpoint, you're going to open up your compass more than halfway across the segment. And using that measurement, we will draw an arc. Notice how I've made a very large arc that extends quite a distance, both above and below the line. Now, without changing the measurement of my compass, I am just simply going to move the point of my compass to the other endpoint and draw another arc. And I think you've just guessed what our next and final step is going to be. We are going to draw a line using the 2 points that our arcs just discovered. So line XY should be the perpendicular bisector to segment KB. Shall we check that out? To be perpendicular, it must be 90 degrees. So let's pull out my handy dandy protractor here and align one side of my segment at 0. And if you will notice, the line that we just created intersects at a 90-degree angle. So we know that segment KB and line XY are perpendicular. Now, to be a bisector, it must separate the segment into two congruent parts. Let's check if we were able to accomplish that. One side of this segment happens to be 3 8/10 centimeters, and the other half of this segment is, oh, look at that, 3 8/10 centimeters. So we have successfully created a perpendicular bisector to our segment.